Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, I want to begin the show by giving all of you a big thank you. We started this show with the new studio on November 2nd, 2020. So after November, December, January, February, March, April, 6 months, guess what? We have had 4 million views of the Bulldog Show. We're almost up to 6,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you enough. Also, by the way, today I got my favorite tie and my favorite sport coat on. So I'm feeling good. Let's get right to it. Derek Chauvin Trial. Yesterday, if you listen to the closing arguments, both were compelling. However, as I'm watching the closing arguments, the thing that I kept thinking of is, why didn't Derek Chauvin testify? Everything his defense lawyer was saying would have been much more impactful had Derek Chauvin testified. And then the blockbuster thing that came out of the judge's mouth yesterday is his belief. Think about that. A trial court judge saying, well, you might have a winning issue on appeal in light of what Maxine Waters said. Because Maxine Waters saying we're going to have to get more confrontational if there's not a not guilty free is jury tampering. That jury is not sequestered, which means they're not huddled up in a hotel somewhere. That jury is out and about every single day, not sequestered. So although they're told not to watch, see, and hear, sometimes it's impossible to accidentally. So it's going to be interesting what the jury does. But remember, they are going to riot no matter what. It isn't going to make any difference. We'll see if the verdict is going. By the way, generally, a quick verdict generally means good things for the defense. Longer verdict, you know, you kind of think, well, maybe you got a chance. Maybe things are, you know, but it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Their deliberation. I don't know what's going to happen here. All right, Trump. Trump went on Hannity last night and spoke very eloquently about the issues. You know the one thing about Trump? He did great on the issues in 2016, but boy, does he know the issues now, having served as president. Articulate, spoke with facts, and he says he's more than serious about 2024. He looked great, healthy. I don't know if I see it both ways. I think Trump's going to be like, man, I want to get my revenge, and he wants the job back for 4 years. He liked being president. Or does he say, we'll see, we'll let DeSantis take over. However, there's no doubt about it, I think DeSantis will be his running mate. No question. If Trump runs, DeSantis is running mate, which is a great choice. Biden and Trump, first 100 days. This just, if you're a Trump supporter, it just drives you crazy. First 100 days of the Biden administration, 56% of the news coverage was positive. First 100 days of Trump, 89% negative. And of course, that continued all the way through the Trump administration. It is sick. We now have a liberal state media in this country, part of the American Communist 10. You all have heard this before, but in light of the recent development of the squad wanting to defund the police and Maxine Waters wanting more confrontation yet having security, is the hypocrisy. All of these people have great security. Hollywood, all the members of the American Communist 10 have great security. And yet they wanted to defund the police. They're just phony bastards. Makes you so mad, doesn't it? The hypocrisy, the phoniness. You know, do what we say, not what we do. Self-righteousness, elitism. We know best for all of you. It's insulting. Facebook and Twitter. By the way, just to let you know, I am suing Facebook, I am suing YouTube, and I am suing Twitter for all kinds of different causes of action. And they all stem from this. When they shut something down claiming community standards, but they apply those community standards quite differently, don't they? Don't they? Maxine Waters' violence incitement went nowhere. Facebook, Twitter, we're okay if Maxine Waters calls for violence, it's okay. Trump just can't. Bulldog can't. Nobody else can. Oh, Maxine Waters, she can say whatever they want. It's off the charts. And I got a theory of liability that the lawyer that I'm working with in the office on this was like, wow, that's a pretty good theory of liability. And I will share it with you when we file. Next up, patriotic Americans. Thinking about censorship and community standards. True story. We started a Facebook page called Patriotic Americans. We had moderators, nothing crazy on it at all, paid great attention to it, headed up to nearly 9,000 followers. A site called Patriotic Americans. Facebook shut it down, saying it violated community standards. Think about that. A Patriotic Americans, red, white, and blue, flag-waving site, not saying anything crazy. Moderators doing a great job. Facebook presses the button. Gone. Gone. It's not right. And I tell you right now, I can't believe more people don't fight back. I see where the Veritas, the head of Veritas is suing Twitter for defamation. But I'm telling you, I don't think well, I'm not going to tell you my theory of liability until I file it. I don't want nobody to steal it. Biden, you know what's really important in the border crisis is we make sure we use the right words. Not whether we stop these people coming into this country illegally, MS-13, child trafficking. Oh, none of that's important. What's important is we don't call them illegal aliens and we don't use the word assimilation. That's what matters. What a bunch of crock. The world we live in. New Jersey. In New Jersey, a bunch of illegal aliens are saying they're going to go on a hunger strike until they get benefits. You know what I say? Let them starve. Hunger all you want until you want a Twinkie. You want to starve yourself to death? Knock yourself out. What would we do if some other criminals or whatever wanted to go on a hunger strike? Let them go. It's their body, let them go. It's their body. Their choice, right? Right? Kamala Harris, AWOL. You know what? She is not a serious person. She is a political hack. She has no business being vice president, a heartbeat away from the presidency. She had no business being the attorney general, U.S. Senator from California. She is a joke, a complete joke. She doesn't have any brains, willpower, or passion to solve any damn problem. In fact, Trump solved problems. Biden and Kamala Harris create problems. They're all about just creating problems. Head of the border. She hasn't done a damn thing about it. Nothing. Because she doesn't know how to do it. Not to mention the fact we know that they really want it. Republican donors, this is great. In the backlash with corporate America being woke, apparently Republicans running for office across this country have had a huge uptick in small individual donor donations. Ha! Maybe they don't need those corporate PACs who say they're not going to give their money anymore. Screw their money. Senator Hawley has got a bill, antitrust, going after Google and the rest of them. May the bill be passed. Of course, it won't be. By the way, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? Why would the Democrats in the House and the Senate ever support breaking up big tech when they're their allies? They're part of the American Communist 10. They don't want to break them up. They're on their side. Now, if they help the conservatives at all, well, then we got to break them up. They're not going to vote to break them up. Last two things, Walter Mondale, may he rest in peace. Jimmy Carter called him the best vice president ever. Sorry, Jimmy, not true. Walter Mondale was a nice guy, no doubt about it. Good guy, lived a long life, had no chance of beating Reagan. One of the worst landslides in presidential history. Only won his home state of Minnesota, but at least he won Minnesota. Good guy. Him and Jimmy Carter are a great example. Nice guys, not necessarily want him in the White House. Donald Trump, maybe not the greatest nice guy in the world. Damn good job as president. Bengals new uniforms. What do you think? I say this. I talked to a buddy of mine who likes baseball at the gym yesterday, and I said the Reds are one game in first place. They will crash and fall apart. I'm just telling you. We know our Cincinnati sports teams, right? Do you really think a new uniform, the Cincinnati Bengals, is going to make a difference? No. Ring of Honor make a difference? No. The Bengals are the Bengals, will always be the Bengals, no matter what uniforms they wear. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.